All right.
All right. So we're on live now, so we're pretty much getting started. Um, I think we'll start in like 60 seconds, and I'll just introduce because
Okay, awesome.
this is pretty
I'm ready.
cool.
I'm ready. Yeah, welcome everybody.
Yes, welcome. Wow, it's going pretty good. So we're
Mm-hmm.
about to start, and so since it's like 5:02, I'm basically gonna start and introduce this whole class. This is a question and answer live class, and we're obviously live here, and we're going to basically any questions that come in, we'll answer them. Um, and we're pretty much covering this topic of holistic health, the topic of being able to be your own self healer, and just we're we're always on a journey to find the most effective and really the most natural and basically effective ways to attain optimal health. In this case, specifically to develop healthy habits so that we are basically being our own healer and not relying on a lot of other sources. So, with this topic, I'm with holistic health coach Luisa Rojas. How do you say your name? Rojas?
Yeah, Rojas.
Okay.
Yeah, that's great.
Rojas. Luisa. Luisa has been studying so many different healing modalities for many years. Basically, she's been on her own personal journey and just looking to heal herself and also just learn because there's so many. She saw so many people around her also suffering from different conditions, and it just become obvious that it's about learning not only to help yourself but to help others. So Luisa started to study plant medicine, started to study behavior, and even different behavioral changing techniques. So without further ado, I want to introduce Luisa as the expert today. And I just wanted to, so yeah, how are you doing? And I want you to go into what is this amazing practice that you have.
Awesome, great, thank you. I don't know if much of an expert because I'm just starting out. Seems like, but I've been, like you said, on my own journey, just trying holistic practices. Really, something that just includes my health in its entirety. Just my entire being, just in a well-being state. And through that, I just became passionate about nutrition and just healing practices, and it just flows naturally from me in a way too. So that was amazing. And I'm using all of these practices right now. I'm just implementing them into health coaching. So um, it's the easiest way for me to interact personally, with a person, and we can just focus on their specific health challenges, for that person, and how we can address them with more holistic and natural ways. And it doesn't have to be hard or boring or blunt. It can be fun, right? So yeah, just
Yeah,
approaching it
definitely.
that way.
Of course, it's totally about your attitude with everything. Isn't that isn't that
Mhm.
true? Um, wow. So yeah, what is the main like? So what is this main area that you focus on when you're talking about being a health coach and actually working with a client to bring them back to health or where they want to be? What's the main modality that you focus on?
Yeah. So I focus on our beliefs and our relationship with food, and our environment in general. Somebody said is everybody hearing right? Um,
Yeah, I
me?
hear it pretty well, but it
Okay.
might not
Yeah.
be. It's not really loud. It's kind of just like I hear it clearly.
Okay, perfect. Let's see if this is maybe better for the speaker here. Okay, awesome. Um, so yeah, basically, we're going more into realizing what is why we don't do these things, right? Because we already all know what we should be eating, what makes us feel good, that we should move our body, that we should eat this and that. We all know what is good for our body, what feels good, what is healthy for ourselves, whatever it is for each person. But we tend to go for other things, and it's realizing, why do I choose these other things and how can I change them for healthier habits without having to be boring, like I said before, and just focusing on having like a right system, and that's when I come with a program that is already done for people. And I work directly with them, but you can do this on your own too. I did it for many years, and now I'm just helping people, kind of have like a plan. But you can do it yourself. Just there are so many resources online, what we're doing today, and what he's doing with this webinar, and what he's going to continue doing are resources for you to find a plan, and then just have a support from your coaches, your friends, and then from there, just the right accountability. So just have people that will support you into, this vision and follow you through these steps. And yeah, so basically that's it. Just
Yeah.
changing and healing relationships with food, with people, with ourselves.
Right, changing relationships. And I really like that you mentioned the support because it's the it's like what you said. What what we have to do, we already know it, but just like I always have this experience. I like when I finally started to know what I should do in order to take care of my health and take care of any complaints. Like when I used to have fatigue, I knew there were a lot of times where I would still choose something that wouldn't help. Like I'm start to progress in one direction, and then I would stop progressing because I want to just do what I used to do, and it's more like a habit, kind of, right?
Totally. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of
So
fear involved from, our beliefs, and it's just so self-sabotagement, and it's just a lot, it's a whole soup of beliefs and just patterns that we have, and just strong habits for years. And it's just a time of just being more gentle with ourselves, recognizing them, and then just have again a system, um, a support system, that we can start doing it to change them. And I think that's how you and me and all of these helpers, just come in with tips about nutrition and holistic healing practices in general.
all right. So basically, it is about this actually changing. If you want to actually make a change or go somewhere else in your journey, you actually have to change habits. Is that right? Oh,
Exactly, because our whole life is just it's these little moments, right? And it's just
right.
understanding what are these every little moment, composing my life, and we realize everything we do in our every day is a habit. Out of habit, sometimes we're doing things very unconsciously, right? And bringing all those habits to awareness, and what I tend to do and what I'm used to doing, and then bringing them to consciousness. Is this helpful for me? Is this healthy? Is this a healthy habit? Is this and from there, there are many practices to get into these but basically, this is it, like finding these habits and then replacing them. And sometimes you don't even have to find them, just by creating new habits that are healthy. The old ones are just simply going to fall away because just fixing one thing, or just like implementing a better nutrition, or just having a more relaxed day. If you are having a bunch of stress, that will just impact your life in a dramatic way. So
Yeah.
Like, yeah, like you said, changing habits, because that's what we do on our everyday. So that's what we're building every day.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So it gets stronger every day too. Whatever you do, it's just
Hmm.
always compounding. Um,
Yeah.
when you mentioned like taking it easy, that reminded me like it's also good to well, make sure you get enough sleep if you aren't doing that, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Totally. So, rest, nourishment is not only nutrition, we need to nourish our body, our mind, our everything. And we take a lot, in our minds and physically too. Sometimes we go to a lot, physically. So it's important to just take time to rest. And it's not only sleep, because you can have a sleep, but wake up the next morning and not feel rested. So just finding rest, whether it's through sleep, but also implementing relaxation techniques that allow you to go into a restful sleep and
Oh,
just not sleep, right?
restful sleep. Wow. So where you wake up in the morning, you feel refreshed, right?
Exactly, you just
Right.
renovate it,
Right.
just re-energize.
Yeah. How do you actually do that? Where you get a restful sleep and you wake up feeling refreshed. Like how do you actually do
Yeah,
that?
how do we do that? Well, in what I've learned personally, because there was a time that I had still, with just trouble sleeping. So for me, it was falling asleep, right? So once I was asleep, I was
Okay.
great, but sometimes it would take me so long to sleep. And it was some type of what you can call insomnia and just a sleep disorder, right? And
Mm-hmm.
I started implementing just basically it's like a routine. So in my practice, in the health coaching practice, I call it the power down hour. So the power down hour is basically that, like, uh, I said, you mentioned, in one of your emails, you said something about going to sleep no later than midnight, but hopefully by 10, right?
Yeah.
And that is what is recommended by Ayurveda, which is an amazing medicine practice that we have. And it also has to do with the cycles of the day and the waves of energy. So, there are waves which are more calm, and we want to be resting on those so that we can also get more regeneration from our sleep. So, sleeping after 12, then there comes another wave, and sometimes you feel more energized. So, then you won't be falling asleep until 4 in the morning, right?
Oh,
So,
that's
it's
right. Yeah.
better to, yeah, so it's better to sleep around, definitely, like, let's say your nighttime is 11, so about 10 you're gonna start your power down hour, and that is basically just creating habits again that you're gonna do these times before bed, and by the time you fall asleep you're already relaxed and in a much calm state, so that your body goes to sleep without stress. Otherwise it wakes up the next morning with the same stress. And we can
That's right.
do little things in our everyday, changing nutrition, food, and also we can practice a technique today that you can use to which is the EFT. I don't know if you're familiar with it, a little bit.
So I'm a little familiar with EFT, and I've heard of it. I think a couple of years ago, and it was very interesting. It had a very esoteric nature to it.
Okay,
It's,
okay, yeah, yeah. I was
so,
introduced to EFT through my coaching practice, and I started practicing, and I have to say that even through the first try, I definitely felt lighter. So I'm gonna talk a little bit about it, and maybe we can practice it, because this is uh relaxation
Sure.
technique that we can use in our everyday, just to for better health, for sleep and rest, and just emotional eating, which is
Right.
what we tend, to go for.
Right. So this is a healing practice that starts with the mind. When you say that.
Yeah, yeah, you will say that because it basically uses affirmations that you will say out loud, right? So you're
Okay.
already reframing a belief, and you can use it for different things. You can use it for specific subjects that you want to work with, your health. So a lot of people use it for insomnia, or maybe they have a relationship with food that, they want to improve. You can do it for that, or any issue really in general. And basically EFT stands for an emotional freedom technique, and it's a pretty new technique because it's from the 1990s around. And this person, that I believe his name is Gary, and the person that but he was based on the meridians and acupressure and acupuncture. So it's based on other pressure, acupressure techniques and energy medicine from that is being from the past long, long, long years. So it's based on these points, and people have been getting amazing results from it. So basically, we tap in certain points. One of them is here, other one is here, here. And then we go through these points saying these affirmations, right? Let's say we can use something like, when dealing with food, we use something like, I am confident, food is peaceful, and I am free. So then we say three affirmations, right? And we just
Okay.
tap on these areas. And then you go to one side of your body, tapping three times. And then you go on the other side of your body, tapping three times at the same time.
Okay.
So this will basically, because the meridians, the points that we're tapping are basically you can picture them as little tubes where energy goes through, kind of thing, and they can get clogged. They can get just our filters, our energy filters can get clogged. So basically, by tapping and by rewiring the beliefs, we just like basically open up, and that help us in so many things. Plus, these points are related to all of our organ health. So that's why it's
Oh.
directly linked to health benefits, because we're already tapping in pressure points that are basically connected to our main organs. And by stimulating them in a healthy way, they will just yeah, start the healing process.
Wow, it's amazing. So
Hmm.
is it more about creating these affirmations that you change, or is it about healing those specific points and the organs that it targets?
Yeah, well, it's again, when we come to holistic practices, that's the most amazing thing. They're holistic. They help
Yeah.
you in the whole way, They
Yeah.
help you in your mind, they help you in your physique, they help you in your energy, they help you in your environment because you're feeling better. So you're vibrating better, you're doing better, you're appearing better to people, you're more open. So it's just in general, once you're more healthy, and it's a well-being feeling, so you see it in your physical health, but you might feel it in your emotional and your energetic and your mental and your everything. So I will say it's a holistic practice. It will
Oh,
just for what I've seen the reviews, and for my personal thing, I also see just you just feel lighter, you just feel better afterwards, just complete.
that That is what I remember. I think I did it one time because I saw a video on
Mm-hmm.
YouTube, and I must have been looking at like different healing things and different just things that are would be very intriguing. They're outside of the realm of normal everyday like learning, and I felt like I did it, and then I did feel lighter, and I felt like I had opened the door to another type of healing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Totally,
Um,
exactly. I mean, there's like we say, energetic pathways. So once we open them, you just, like you said, you just feel okay, something's flowing.
yeah. So yeah, because it's working a lot with the subconscious, where you store a lot of basically thoughts and beliefs, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. And also by doing the affirmation, that's where we're tapping our subconscious, right? Because let's say I'm sitting in this play, and the first thing that comes to me is like I shouldn't be eating this, right? So at the
Right.
moment, my creator brain is already, and I'm like in fear, right? I am in anxiety because I'm about to eat this something I'm not supposed to, right?
Oh,
And so in that moment, we have a belief of the relationship I have with food and why I'm not supposed to eat it. And then we come with different stories from there. Everybody has their own story depending on their own belief and their relationship with food. So by, rewiring that with an affirmation like food is peaceful, let's say, right? We're tapping and we're saying food is peaceful. um,
mm,
I'm just rewiring that every time I am around food or I am connecting with food or my relationship with food is peaceful. Therefore, I am already rewiring that into a peaceful moment, which was we want food to be. We want that to be a moment of nourishment and rejuvenation and just, yeah.
right. Yeah, especially when your attitude around food is so important for the whole process of digesting and assimilating. Like, for example, being grateful and having gratitude before you eat. That will totally calm down your nervous system and allow you to absorb the nutrients better. So that
Totally,
is
totally. Yeah. Something really quick, just 3 deep breaths before every play you take, because like you said, our brain doesn't know if we're being chased by a lion, or
yeah,
if you're stressed, but it feels the same stress. So if you were actually being chased by a lion, your digestive system shuts down because it's using all the energy to protect you, right? To
yeah,
create this like adrenaline so that you can figure a way out, right? Because you feel trapped, you're in anxiety, you're in fear. So when we're starting to eat food in this state, uh, the digestive system is already shut down as we eating, so we're already not in a good mood with the digestive process, so as the most relaxed that we can be, better, and that's what we do, we go through journaling or these or little techniques that you can do, like putting your fork down, like breathing 3 times before starting your plate, to again create new habits that help you be in a more relaxed state so that you can think better, feel better, do better.
yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's a, so, what would be the best way for us to start learning this? Like, is there a simple practice that we can learn for like general health or like yeah in general or food or should we read about it?
Yeah, okay, so we can practice it right now, we can all do it together. It will take us probably less than 10 minutes and we can all
Okay,
experience it, and, whomever wants to experience it through the video. I'm just
all right.
going to do it general, and just for the sake of the time. And then, but
Oh, it's
definitely
just
I
breaking
encourage,
out right now.
yeah. Hello, better? But I
Oh,
encourage
my
everybody
connection is
to,
slowing down. Uh, oh, sorry. Hold on a second. My connection is bad.
yeah, no problem.
Um, hi, my. All right. I have slow connection for some reason.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay.
But
Um,
meanwhile, everybody can
hmm,
just be seated. If you're gonna participate, you can just be seated and just breathe for a little bit while we get the
oh,
connection and we prepare to
okay.
practice.
I hear you now. One thing I was going to say is basically, if anyone has any questions anytime, feel free to ask because this is a question and
Yeah,
answer time, so you can always ask questions at any time. Um, I'm gonna keep my webcam off on the GoToWebinar for now, but we'll just go through the. Actually, I think it'll work.
yeah,
Okay, yeah. How do we? So everything seems to be ready now, so we can go on.
perfect. Okay, so we're just gonna start tapping, but we're gonna use, I guess, those three ones that work really well with working with food, which is a lot of the beliefs that come for people, which is insecurities and just anxieties and just like not happy, feeling sometimes when eating because you're eating with like I shouldn't be eating this. So to rewire that, we can use the I am confident, food is peaceful, and I am free or I am happy, whatever you feel resonates with you. So we're gonna use these three fingers and we're gonna find the side of our palm. And then we're just gonna start tapping and saying, I am confident, food is peaceful, I am free. And we do this three times. I am
Right.
confident,
I'm confident.
food is peaceful,
Yeah, food is peaceful.
and I am free.
I am free,
Now we
and
go
I'm
to the
free.
top of the head.
I'm gonna
You
try.
can go with both hands or one hand, and you say, I am confident,
I am confident.
food is peaceful,
Food is peaceful,
and I am free.
and I am free.
And then you go to the inner side of your eyebrow, kind of this area. That's the same thing. I am confident,
All right. I am confident.
food is peaceful,
Food is peaceful,
and I am free.
and I am free.
And then around this area where the eye
This
and
side.
the little bone is, yeah. So I am confident,
Oh, I'm confident.
food is peaceful,
Food is peaceful,
and I am free.
and I am free.
Exactly. So you will
Okay.
repeat this normally three times, but we'll just do it one time so that you can kind of see the spaces. Then you will go to this area around the nose here in between like the lips. I am confident, food is
Oh.
peaceful,
Hmm.
and I am free. You can go ahead and do it, no problem.
Yes. I am confident. Okay. Food is peaceful, and I am
Mhm.
free.
And then the bottom here, in between two, I am confident,
Hmm. I am
food is
confident.
peaceful,
Food is peaceful.
I am free.
I am free.
And then it's like the end of the collarbone, but you can also just do one tap in the middle to get both sides. But it also be like to the end underneath the collarbone. So it will be there, or you can do here. I am confident,
Okay.
food
Right.
is
I am
peaceful,
confident. Food is peaceful.
and I am free.
and I am free.
And then
Okay.
there is it will be like maybe 4 inches under your underarm area, for the ladies under the bra kind of area. And then you will tap again with the
Inches.
other opposite hand 3 times. I am confident, food is peaceful, and I am free.
Oh. This is with the opposite hand, or is it a
With
certain
the
side?
with the opposite hand, because we will be doing all these one side first.
Right. Okay.
Hmm. And then you will go to the other side, right? So then you will
Right.
say the other hand, and then start on the other side. And you can definitely, I just encourage everybody to read a little bit more on it. There is so many videos, there is so many resources. It's so simple to use, and you can use it in so many forms and for so many different little ailments that you want to focus on. So definitely it's a practice that we can already implement to find more balance, and it's a holistic practice that will just improve our overall being emotionally, uh, you know, physically, energetically, just our entire being.
That's really amazing. I mean, um,
How do you feel? Do
yeah.
you feel a little different? I mean, we didn't do the whole thing, but
Yeah, it was like the other time. It's very flowing. It's like it opens up possibilities. Yeah, but
yeah.
I'm sure the benefits really they go into like more of a long term. Like they start to add up, and like I'm probably doing something more than I'm aware of right now. Like it's
Hmm.
more
Hmm.
subconscious. Yeah, and
Exactly,
more
for
physical
sure.
too.
Yeah, for sure. It's acupressure. So we're tapping here, and we just think we're okay, this tapping thing, and we're just tapping our hand, but we don't realize how much this is doing internally and energetically. So, like you said, it's probably doing more than what we're realizing. So, for sure, yeah.
Yeah,
And we can see it probably, in the run of the days, and just even sitting with it consciously and just doing it, 3 times, and just in like a meditation state, you'll find great healing from just sitting and doing it.
awesome. So to find out about it, it's called the emotional freedom tapping or technique. What's it?
Yeah, emotional freedom technique, EFT. There is everything on it, online. You can
Mm.
find so many things, and we can eventually put a document together. But for now, people can there's so many resources, to do that.
Yeah. Um, yeah, definitely for my mailing list, I'll be able to send that out once that's ready. When we can
Yeah,
make a like a summary of how to do EFT or how to get started, basically.
exactly. Perfect. Perfect. Yeah, we can do that. I already kind of have like a layout, so we can do that maybe in the next couple days. Anybody can contact you, and just through your email, and we'll just send them kind of how to do it, how to start, like you said.
Yes. So since it's like this is one of the behavioral techniques for changing your habits and helping you develop the habits that you want, so you can get to where you want to go. Like uh, this is for like food, basically, right? Like we're focusing on food and how to improve our relationship to it. But like, how do you know, like, really just what we're supposed to eat? Like, are we supposed to trust our instinct, or do we have a certain guideline to eating healthy?
Yeah. Well, there are many forms of food, right? Like a good diet. So I believe there is a diet for every individual. So it's hard to say, okay, this everybody eat this for the general public, and you'll be healthy, because also then there are bodies that are sensitive to other things, and there are bodies that work different with different kinds of proteins and stuff like that. Um,
Right.
so the best thing is essentially to learn to go to food intuitively, right? To learn to listen to your body and listen to what it needs, at each moment. But it takes practice, of course, and we're not very used to listening to our body. So
Yeah.
again, it can take some time. That's hopefully the goal. But for now, yeah, there are many guidelines, and there are 100 more diets out there that you can follow and that are all
Yeah.
amazing. So I like everything, just curiosity, just let your body be curious without judgment and just try different things here and there and see what works for you. But I also have a magic plate, which is basically what we need to eat is whatever we need for this physical body to survive, right? This physical body
Right.
needs certain minerals, it needs certain, ingredients per se, so that it can be complete, right? So we can focus on something that in my practice I call magic plate. And in the magic plate, I basically it's a balanced place. So if you can focus on having most of your meals, if not all of your meals, in this way, it would basically say that we have a balanced plate, and therefore everything will become more balanced. You will, you know, because your body is now not craving for anything because you're satisfying all of its needs. And it will say it's a more balanced way of eating. And you can choose anything, the protein that you like, the whatever you want to eat. It's not about what you eat, but it's in what proportions and what kind, of fats and proteins, in what proportions are you eating it. And so I have a little drawing here, and it's empty right now, but they're saying that they cannot hear my audio. I'm
Oh,
not sure, but
this
it'll be
person.
recorded on the webinar. Yeah, it'll be recorded on the webinar, so we'll
Yeah,
maybe share
and
it for the people. It's on the
right.
Instagram Live, but we'll continue here. So this is
Sure.
basically a plate, right? And we're dividing our plate of food in three parts.
Okay. I can only see part of the picture, so I see mostly. So it's only on the side.
Okay,
Yeah, that's better.
perfect. All right, yeah. So here, basically what we want to focus into putting our food in this kind of term, right? And we can do this by focusing on healthy fats, right? So I know you were talking the other day about how the health of your brain is connected to your gut, and a
Yeah.
lot of our brain health is also lack of fats. We're not having enough fats, healthy fats in our diet.
Yeah.
So in this middle area, it will be something like 1 to 3 about tablespoons of healthy fats, like high quality healthy fats.
Right. Like coconut oil or like.
Coconut oil is one,
Okay.
avocado oil,
Yes.
olive oil,
Olive
um, everything
oil.
as close as you can get it from the farm, natural, organic, and just good quality oils you want, right? And so
Yeah.
here, use 1 to 3 high quality fats, right? That's tablespoons. So that's what we want, 3 spoons. You can do it whatever. You can put it on top of your salad. You can put it with the rice or quinoa or anything that you're cooking, right? You can put
Right.
coconut oil, you can put sesame oil. There's so many oils in there. So making sure that you're having more fats. And then the other would be like this one there would be of greens, right? So we all know we need our greens, right? So we all
Yeah.
know we need vegetables in that plate. And then protein, right? And your protein, high quality protein. And there is where we go to see which protein works for you, right? There are so many plant proteins and many other forms of proteins, but for many different reasons, we check to feel your body and see if plant protein is working for you and is actually helping your health because it's more of a alkaline um, pH, in plant protein than maybe animal protein. So we
Yeah.
can see these things. Also, if you're working with animal protein, then what is the best animal protein that you can get? And if you still decide to do it and just harm, if it can be harmless in any way, but still just choosing better at every time, and realizing what your body feels better with. So the choice of protein, in this case, I try to focus mostly on plant protein. And then the nutrient, so that could be it's grains, we will say, mostly, is what people would use in this area. So this could be, rices and beans and just dense starchy vegetables, and then our greens, our protein, and 1 to 3 spoons of healthy um, fats. If we can
Yeah.
have these, this will be like a magic play, and we can send, a little more refined one. This is just like for the sake of demonstration, but we'll send you a really nice one. And consistency with the meeting, with the meal time. Um, and also, like, people can measure their protein. Like, it should be like the palm of your hand. If you're doing with animal protein, it should be like also the size around the palm of your. So there are little techniques that we can use here and there, but um, there's no right diet for all of us. This is not the one diet. Everybody has. And also, in 2 years, you will be different. You might be needing more of a detox diet, or maybe now you need more of a detox diet, and eventually you will need it. You need more light foods right now. Eventually, you might need more heavy grounding foods. So it also depends on which stage you are your life. Having a baby, and after the baby, moms for women, we won't have the same diet. So it's also being flexible and allowing that diet to change, but staying to the same pattern of having a complete plate, which is like a magic plate. It has everything that I need to sustain my health.
Nice. I did notice that my diet had changed many times, especially when I started to go on a health journey and I was trying to figure out what was right. But it definitely always needed, a balance, like definitely some plant protein. And there was times when I felt like I should mostly eat fruits, and I was eating only fruits basically. And but then that was more of what I needed at that time. But then it wasn't really it wasn't that great until I had a balance and still had some protein, and it wasn't wrong to not be only fruits, but it made sense because it's what the body needs at certain times.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. Yeah,
Go
yeah.
my
And
tea.
awesome. What are you drinking there?
It's lemongrass tea with that's your fresh lemongrass
I
with
love lemongrass. Lemongrass is awesome.
ginger.
Yeah.
Ah.
Good herbs.
Yeah. Yeah, these are very warming, so it's very warms up. Feel cold and or constricted kind of energy. It, relaxing and warming.
Awesome.
See,
Yeah, very good. Very good.
awesome.
Yeah, and basically that, and just giving the body not only the nutrition but also good hydration. Like we said, just finding the best source of protein for you, putting more healthy fats. Eating, it doesn't have to be eating less. It's just eating, like we said, magic plates, just balanced plates. Eating consistently, and going to sleep consistently and hopefully in a relaxed state. Do whatever you need to do an hour before bed so that you can feel more relaxed and so that you can have a restful sleep. And then movement, of course, we'll need to move. For me, I am not too good with routines and exercises. So
Yeah,
for me, it's yoga and dance, and there are so many ways of finding movement. It could be skating for some people, it could be, basketball for others. So just find the way of movement that plays with you, that you feel fun doing, that it feels like, oh, I want to do this like 3 times a week because it sounds amazing. So for me, it's yoga. It just helps me in so many things, and there are so many amazing benefits of yoga, which is another, we can call it, holistic practice per se.
right.
And I use it as a spiritual practice. I don't only use it for the health benefits, but also for one of my spiritual practices. And then dance. I've always loved to dance, and it's fun. I don't get bored. I don't get tired. So when I'm feeling stiff and stuff like that, I just do like a free dance. Just put a song, and movement is very important. So just pumping your blood. So uh, yeah, I know a lot of people cannot work with like rigid and like go to the gym and like boot camp.
Yeah.
So just find your movement. It doesn't have to be rigid.
Oh, yeah, this is true. Yeah, you can also go to the gym, but I think it's important that even when you have like a routine or a workout practice, you should always incorporate those more free form movements like sports and dancing, so that you can do what your body naturally does. Like for example, even
Yeah.
I remember reading about go berry picking. Like one of the healing practices to do berry picking and fruit picking, because like you move and uh, you crouch and you move in different ways that are natural for the body. Um,
Yeah,
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 you
yeah,
have to reawaken those muscles, those
exactly.
natural.
Yeah. So basically just keep it new. Just keep it new, right? Just be curious, try new things. And yeah, sometimes me too, sometimes I join a body to the gym because I don't use many weights at all, just my body. But I also need to build a little bit of strength that I was feeling like. So I'm like, okay, I will join you. So here and there, but it doesn't feel like hard for me because I'm just doing it here and there. And then my main practices are yoga and dance. And that could be for other people. Their main way is the gym. They already work very well with it and they have an amazing routine. And then here and there, they do a yoga practice just to stretch a little deeper. So there could be so many mix and matches, but we're afraid, it seems like, of moving because we just feel like, oh my God, it's sacrifice. But it's not, it could
Yeah.
be enjoyable.
Yes, I've had this experience too, and it's like no, you can't live without it. Like you, um, yeah, the body's designed to move. It's designed to
It
move,
needs
and
it. It
when we're
needs
not,
it. We just need it.
yeah, and when we're not used to moving, then that makes a situation where it's like your body wants to move, but like somehow you don't want to move, and then now you're just like feeling you might feel like okay, now I'm tired. Like okay, why am I tired? It's because you have to move, so you have some sort of conflict there. Um,
Yeah, and the
so
amazing thing I found, through movement is like when I actually need to regain energy, movement is a quick energy. It's a quick Red Bull per se.
Oh yeah.
Just go and move for 15 minutes. You'll feel much more centered and energized, and that's your energy booster. And you will feel, you will think no, but it's amazing. It could be just super energizing.
Yes. Awesome.
Yeah,
Hello.
great.
Okay, so my friend joined. Um,
Awesome.
it seems like a lot of the theme of what we're talking about today is that there's a lot of things that should be custom tailored, and everybody is different, and you should do what feels right to you,
Mm-hmm.
and then do what feels right. Become more listen to what your body wants, and to be gentle, and also to use something like EFT, and yeah, so that seems like the theme of it, like basically to yeah, basically it's something different for everybody. Yeah.
Exactly. Basically, you need to find your rhythm, but there are ways. So there are so many sources again. And your webinars like these, I'm just starting. I don't know much, but there are going to be more people that just throwing little techniques like the EFT. Maybe you never heard of it and you came across through here, and you can go online and, like I say, just finding a system, whether it's working with a person like me, like a health coach that already has a system in place for you to follow, or you can figure out your own, system, and then just find support. You need the support from your community, friends, a coach, a teacher, whomever you're following to get motivation and follow through this system, right? And then accountability, somebody that can also tell you, okay, how are you doing on this? Whether it's yourself or like a coach, or again, family and community. And after that, implementing these practices, just more relaxation, relaxing practices in your life to relieve stress. The EFT, you're already working with your organs, you're already working with your energy, you're working with your beliefs, and you're already changing, your relationship with food, and understanding that, how I go to food, it might be emotionally, too, and I can also change that in a way through my own beliefs, but it's a process, so I just need to go day by day, changing these little habits that eventually will change my entire life, in an essence, and
Okay.
just following magic plates, eating more balance.
Oh yeah, that's cool. It sounds like I can't really. I think I can't hear you on Instagram live for some reason on Instagram. Uh,
It seems
People said
like
that you can hear,
that.
and I
Yeah,
can't really
everybody was
hear.
saying that. Okay, so we'll just, I guess, send the webinar recording or just like a summary to the people, so maybe they can, um, we can later just give an advice to send us their email. Maybe we can give them like a resume for the
Right,
Instagram.
interesting. I'm curious.
Mm-hmm.
Are your headphones plugged into your phone on the Instagram?
No, they're plugged onto the webinar.
Okay. All right. I guess that's all right then. Yeah. Um.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so this was
How
fun.
could we like? Yeah. How could we like get like actually get help from you? Like, and how can we like learn more about what you teach and what you offer in your service? Yeah.
Okay, yeah, awesome. So you can find me on Instagram. I'm working on building my online platform. I started working, with people and already offering my programs, but I'm just working on my Instagram page and all of that. But that's on to be released for the next couple months. For now, you can reach me through Luisa that life. And you can DM me soon. I will have a web page where you can have more information, where you can also find, information about EFT and just other practices, plant medicine, circles, and all of these other stuff, essential oils, aromatherapy, just crystals, just beautiful healing practices.
Awesome.
And but for now, you can reach me through Instagram, DM me, or to Luisa.life. That's the best way to reach me at the moment. And yeah.
Awesome. Okay. Great.
Mhm.
And
Great.
so definitely Instagram. Yeah, we're both on Instagram. And like, what do you think we should like take away from this? What like kind of action and or how can we make it simple so that we take something away from just seeing this, whether it's live or recording? Like,
Yeah,
yeah,
for me, then it's a reminder for myself, again, to just
right,
be curious, right? Just be curious, and just like be aware of your choices. Like, be gentle with yourself. You might not change your health or your diet or your skin or whatever ailment you're dealing with at the moment by tomorrow. But changing little habits, little things every day will make a great impact over a month, over a year, and then you will find yourself in a feeling of well-being that is just unique and that is just amazing and that you deserve, for yourself that we all deserve to be this healthy and this vibrant and this alive, and just to it's our right, just to have mental clarity and just vibrant health so that we can be the best that we can be with ourselves and just bring forward all these dreams and projects and amazing things that we want to bring forward into the world. So getting healthier will definitely be the best thing to focus on right now. So the best thing is just start with baby steps. One, two,
right.
three.
Yeah, I'm definitely
Baby
taking
steps.
some of the knowledge and wisdom from here. Some of the
Mm-hmm.
definitely taking this wisdom that is just like there's so much more we can do like it, and you don't have to listen to really to anybody. Like you have to find out what's right for you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like people have all these opinions on what you should do and what diet to do, and right, like you said, and like hey, just be gentle, and you can change these habits that, and you can choose them too. Like you can choose what it is that, yeah, you can basically you
Yeah,
can
and
choose
then
like
and
what
then
you want.
change it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
And then
you don't have, it
change
doesn't
it,
have to be
even if
based on what
you
others
made
say. Yeah,
exactly, and even if you made the wrong choice today, you're now more consciously about it. Next time, it'll just get better, and every time you fall on it, you get back up faster, and then you making better choices and better choices.
right.
Yeah. So we're good. Thank
Okay.
you. This was
Yeah.
amazing. And yeah, you
Yeah.
can reach and we'll just send a couple more information to the people that unfortunately couldn't hear us through email.
Right.
And awesome. Thank you for all the participants. Thank you for just watching. And also, I
Yeah.
hope you got value out of it.
Yeah. No, thank you for sharing such all the value and everything that you have, and just a fraction of your knowledge for like sharing it so with so much heart, and you said it everything much better than I could have said. So it's
Mhm.
just thank you for your what you offered so far.
No, thank you for inviting me. This is awesome for me too. It feels like an opening, so it is very good. Before launching my practice, this was a good start. Thank you.
Awesome. Well, thank you. And
Yeah,
that's it for today. So we
yeah, that's
um,
it.
yeah,
Yeah, health to everybody.
yes, health to everybody, so you can do your best and be a shining light in the world.
Awesome. That's the way. Okay, you have a great night, everybody. Good
Okay.
night.
Let's
Thank you for joining.
have a great night, everybody, and Luisa. Okay. Bye
Bye.
bye.